Good evening. My name is John Lohman. I am the publisher of the Corridor Business Journal. On behalf of my wife, Aspen, who's the co-owner of the business, and our entire staff, it's my pleasure to welcome you to the 40 Under 40 Awards Banquet. I want to thank all of you for joining us. As many of you know, this event was originally scheduled to be held only in person. However, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, we are doing things a little bit differently this evening. We are recording live from the DoubleTree by Hilton in downtown Cedar Rapids, but instead of addressing 400 to 500 business and community leaders, there are approximately 115 people in this ballroom. We are taking all of the necessary precautions to keep our speakers, staff, and live attendees safe. This includes taking temperatures, wearing masks, and social distancing, among others. We are, however, excited to share the awards ceremony with a larger audience online. So welcome, folks out there in the virtual world. We are streaming the Zoom webinar live on the CBJ's Facebook page. We encourage you to share the video with your friends and family after the event, as well as any photos from tonight using the hashtag CBJ40. Again, that's hashtag CBJ40. The agenda for this evening is as follows. I'm going to say just a few words, and then we're fortunate to have Dawn Kluber of the University of Iowa Henry B. Tippie College of Business, who will be joining us over Zoom to deliver a brief welcome. And then we will invite Jamie Sefkin of Cedar Ridge Distillery to the podium to introduce this year's 40 Under 40 Alumnus of the Year. And after we hear from her, we will dive into the presentation of the 2020 40 Under 40 Awards. And we will do our best to conclude the banquet by 8 p.m. this evening. At this time, I would like to thank our sponsors. Without their financial support and input, we would not be able to host this special evening. The event is presented by the University of Iowa Tippie College of Business. Launch a new business, land that promotion, score a seat in the C-suite. Whatever your career trajectory, the Iowa MBA can help you get there. The University of Iowa's Tippie College of Business provides 3 convenient programs for working professionals. Explore their professional, online, and executive options to find your best fit. Dawn Kluber, the Executive Director of the Executive MBA program at the University of Iowa Tippie College of Business, is joining us tonight via Zoom. At this time, I'd like to direct your attention to the screens for brief remarks from Dawn. I think we're going to have a video first, and then we'll turn it over to Dawn.
Am I good to go, John?
Hold on one second, Dawn.
Okay.
Yeah, Dawn, go ahead. We'll skip the video.
Okay. Well, welcome everybody, and congratulations once again to the 40 Under 40 honorees of this auspicious year 2020. And thank you, of course, to John, Aspen, and the team at the Corridor Business Journal. The Tippie College of Business has been with the event since the start, and this is my 9th year, and I would say the most unusual year so far. It's great to virtually see everybody, and I'm really looking forward to when we can all celebrate together at a luncheon that will be held whenever it is that we can hold such events. So we're really excited to be here to celebrate the accomplishments of this group so far, and especially your resilience in the face of all the challenges that this year has brought to us. I'm so pleased to welcome everyone and represent the Tippie College of Business Executive MBA program. Special congratulations to one of our alums, Travis Eichelberger. We are so proud. I know we have some other students at Iowa and other educational institutions, and I hope also some future students in this terrific group. Tonight's event, like most things in our lives these days, has been highly modified, but is no less joyful. It's a real bright spot at a time when we really need something like this. So congratulations to all of you for everything that you've accomplished so far and all the things you're going to accomplish. Let's get started.
Well, thank you so much, Dawn. Please help me give Dawn and the Tippy College of Business a round of applause for their sponsorship and support. Okay, we're also very fortunate to have U.S. Bank as a gold sponsor this evening. U.S. Bank is committed to serving you with the latest tools to make managing your money a breeze, like the U.S. Bank mobile app. Check your balance, deposit checks, pay your bills, and send money electronically to friends and family, and much more right from your smartphone or tablet. Download it today at usbank.com or your app store. Restrictions and fees may apply. We're also fortunate to have Cedar Ridge as our Alumna of the Year sponsor. I'm sure you've all had a chance to enjoy their wine and spirits earlier tonight or before tonight. I will tell you more about Cedar Ridge a little bit later in the program, but again, please help me give all of our sponsors one more quick round of applause. The Corridor Business Journal is proud to help spotlight 40 leaders under the age of 40 who are making a difference in the Cedar Rapids and Iowa City corridor. This is our 16th year hosting this event, which means this year's honorees are joining a group of 600 outstanding individuals who have made a significant impact in their business and community early in their careers. As I look back on this event over the years, I'm both amazed and impressed by what this group of leaders has accomplished since they took this stage. That is why last year we created the Alumnus of the Year Award. This second annual award recognizes one of the 40 under 40 alumni who has continued to make a huge impact in our region. Last year we recognized Josh Schamberger, the president of the Iowa City Coralville Convention and Visitors Bureau, and we'll be announcing this year's in just a second. We are fortunate to have Jamie Sefkin, the executive vice president and general manager at Cedar Ridge, here to present this award. In 2005, Cedar Ridge became the first licensed distillery in the state of Iowa since Prohibition, when owners Jeff and Lori Quint aimed to follow a long family tradition of Iowa farmers and distillers. Cedar Ridge offers award-winning wines, internationally recognized spirits, and an exciting entertainment experience for Eastern Iowa. And before Jamie takes the mic, I did have a big ask for all of the people that are in the room in person tonight. Now, this room is large. This room is supposed to have about 600 or 700 people in it, but we only have 100 to 125 people. And so typically what would happen at the 40 under 40 is there would be a lot of energy and a lot of loud applause by having 400 or 500 people. But only since we've only got 100 to 125 people in this room, I need everybody to clap really loud and project as much energy as you possibly can when we say, please give this person a round of applause. Okay? Does that make sense? So we're going to do this for Laura when she gets recognized as the Alumnus of the Year in just a second. So I really need you to project a lot of energy, loud clapping, no golf claps. Okay? So we're going to try it when we bring up Jamie Sefkin. Okay? So please help me welcome Jamie Sefkin up to the podium.
Thank you, John. I have the pleasure to presenting the first award this evening, the 40 under 40 Alumna of the Year. As John mentioned, this award spotlights previous 40 under 40 recipients of his or hers continued professional success and philanthropic impact on the region. I am proud to present 2020 40 under 40 Alumna of the Year to Lura McBride. Laura was a member of the second 40 under 40 class in 2006. At this time, she worked at Accenture, a global management consulting company based out of Chicago. Since then, Laura has went on to become president and CEO of Van Meter. She works with the team to develop the overall vision, direction, and growth strategy of a 100% employee-owned electrical and automation distributor. Her focus on building strong leadership and high-performing culture creates lasting value for customers, supplier partners, and communities, and most important, employee owners. Laura serves on the Van Meter Board of Directors, the Werner Electric Supply Board of Directors, the National Association of Electrical Distributors. Laura is also very passionate about making a difference in the community. She participates on various boards and committees, including Tanager Place, the Hall Preen Foundation, Unity Point St. Luke's Hospital, Iowa Big, the Cedar Rapids Police Chief Council, the University of Iowa Tippie College and Business Advisory Board, and the United Fire Group Board. She is most worthy of this award. Please help me congratulate Lura McBride on the CBJ's 2020 40 Under 40 Alumna of the Year.
Good evening. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you, John and Aspen, to the selection committee and to the entire team at the CBJ. You guys always do such an amazing job of bringing people together across this region to really celebrate and recognize all the great things going on in this community. I feel super blessed and super fortunate to be able to live and work in Cedar Rapids and across the region. It's truly a privilege to lead at Van Meter and to be able to be a part of so many amazing organizations across our region. You know, as I reflect upon the last 20 years, you didn't mention I was the class of 2006, did you? I'm glad you left that part out. Somebody said 2006? I said, I think that was a typo. Anyway, that was a long time ago, but as I think about the last 20 years, coming back to Cedar Rapids in 2000, the people I've met, the things that I've learned and just the experiences that I've had, they all sort of culminate and tie back to this very 40 Under 40 event. And so I want to share just a quick story with you if we have time for it, John. Is that okay? Yeah. All right. So let me take you back to kind of the winter of 2000. My husband, Ryan, and I, we met at the University of Iowa. I'm originally from Cedar Rapids. He's from Marshalltown. And we went different ways, ultimately ended up back together, married downtown Chicago, and we had our first child. And we kind of looked at each other one day and said, we need a yard, and we want to be closer to family. And so we made that really intentional decision, like probably many of you have, to move back home and back to Iowa. We couldn't quite make the leap to Cedar Rapids. We first landed in Iowa City. My husband didn't have a job. I was lucky enough to still be employed with my employer back in Chicago, and was working remotely from home. I'd gotten fairly involved in the community, but remember, I grew up here, so I mostly only knew like what it was like to be a kid here. Now that I was an adult, I was sort of craving maybe to get out of the home office and start to meet some other adults in the community. And then I was really fortunate to receive a phone call one day. So this is fast forward from 2000, 6 years later, to 2006. 4 little kids running around the house, a home office, somebody helping me out to make sure they were all okay while I was working, and the phone rang. And this is probably before caller ID. It was back when we actually answered the phone, even when we didn't know who was calling. And thank goodness I did. I picked up the phone and I said, hello. And the voice on the other side of the phone said, Laura, hello. My name is Barry Boyer. You don't know me, and I don't know you. But I read about you in the Corridor Business Journal, 40 Under 40, and I'd like to have lunch. And I was kind of excited to get out of my PJs, get up in the morning, brush my teeth, get ready for lunch, and go out and meet somebody in this community. And so I did. And that was the beginning of me finding my way to Van Meter, and frankly, finding my way to a workplace that could help me do the things that I really love to do, which is to lead, to serve, and to give back. So I guess I would just like to say, you know, this recognition is truly touching. It's got a lot of special meaning as it brings kind of things back full circle to the Corridor Business Journal and 40 Under 40. Thanks to my brother Clayton, who nominated me back in 2006. Thanks to the Corridor Business Journal, who provided the forum for the recognition. And thanks to Barry Boyer, that cold calling recruiter. I told him he was a stalker, but seriously, it is a great recruiting strategy, one that we still use. And, you know, I guess I would just end with a couple quick things. Number one, who knows where I'd be without the Corridor Business Journal and 40 Under 40. But I just am super proud of how our region has evolved over the past 20 years. And I know I still have a lot of work to do. And when I look out at all of you, I feel super encouraged. and really inspired, mostly because I know that we very likely have the same desires. And I know that you all have the true talent and the passion and the energy to continue to move forward and really do great things. Congratulations. This is your night, a night to really celebrate all of your accomplishments and all of your continued potential as you move forward in your careers. You are the pace setters. Keep stepping up, keep pressing and challenging. You are the present and you are the future. I can't wait to see the mark that you continue to leave. Thank you so much.
Well, congratulations, Laura, and thank you, Jamie. Laura, I think I speak for everyone when I say I look forward to see what your leadership will continue to bring the corridor and the Van Meter over the years to come. You deserve this award, and we're very proud to be able to give that to you this evening. Thanks again, and congratulations. Now on to the presentation of the 2020 40 Under 40 class. For those of you who have never been to the 40 Under 40 awards, each honoree is given the opportunity to give an acceptance speech, but their speech is limited to 3 words. For every word after those 3 words, there is a $25 fee per word, or the honoree can speak for a maximum of 1 minute for a flat fee. Each year, the proceeds go to a local nonprofit chosen by the class. We do have a few honorees who could not be here in person, and we have invited them to submit their acceptance speech as a video, and many of them have chosen to do so. This year's nonprofit beneficiary is Young Parents Network. Yes, Young Parents Network, or YPN, was founded in 1985 by community leaders who recognized that there was a lack of support for young families in Cedar Rapids. Since then, YPN has taken on a leadership role in East Central Iowa as the provider of ongoing, comprehensive, year-round programs that meet the most critical needs of thousands of families within our community. Services include prenatal care, a mom's group, a dad's group, an education program for Hispanic mothers, groups for resettled African refugees, Derecho 2020, storm relief, and much more. Joining us tonight online is Alejandro Pino, the Executive Director of Young Parents Network. Alejandro will be counting the honorees' words. However, if the honorees know how many words they are going to be speaking, they are welcome to bring a check up on stage, or if they are going to give cash, that's fine, but put it in an envelope or write your name on it and drop it in the glass container right over there. Otherwise, CBJ staff will contact you after the event to let you know how many words you spoke. Here to present the awards this evening are Kurt Heidemann, the Regional President of U.S. Bank, and Adam Moore, Editor and Chief Content Officer of the Corridor Business Journal. Again, when we recognize folks to come up, lots of applause, lots of energy. So please help me welcome Kurt and Adam up to the stage.
Thank you, John. And to start out, how about a warm applause for John and Aspen and the entire CBJ staff. We're in a pandemic right now, and to be able to put together something like this, I can imagine takes an extreme amount of coordination, and they've just done a great job. So congratulations. And I'd want to certainly congratulate all of the talented individuals that we're honoring tonight. And we look forward, as Laura said, to all the wonderful things that you're going to accomplish in the years ahead. Adam and I have the privilege tonight of presenting the awards this evening. We will recognize the honorees in alphabetical order, alternating speakers after each honoree. Typically, honorees would shake John's hand. However, for everyone's safety, we're just going to hand off the awards this year. After each honoree's name is read for the first time, we kindly ask them to make their way up to the podium and accept their award. Please hold your applause, and this is important, please hold your applause until after we read their complete introduction and say, Please help me congratulate. Okay, let's get started. First one tonight, Jasmine Elmo Wyad. Despite being a self-proclaimed introvert, Jasmine Elmo Wyad has a tremendous ability to connect people and bring ideas together. In her role as Economic Development Manager for the City of Cedar Rapids, Jasmine is dedicated to developing programs that expand workplace initiatives. These programs include a partnership with the Iowa Works in launching Creative Futures. Creative Futures aims to educate at-risk populations about employment opportunities in Cedar Rapids. She also teamed up with Urban Dreams, a Des Moines-based nonprofit, and will provide a workforce training apprenticeship program in Cedar Rapids. As a first-generation American, Jasmine also has a passion for diversity and understands the importance of inclusion. She helped organize Welcome Week, an event that acknowledges the many important contributions that immigrants bring to our community. Jasmine celebrates her successes tonight with her husband, Andrew, and her daughter, Aya Sophia. Please help me congratulate Jasmine as Elmo Wyad.
Thanks. Wear masks. Please vote.
Our next honoree, we can move the slide forward. There we are. Our next honoree tonight is Andrew Ballard. As an architect at Newman Monson Architects, Andrew applies his strong problem-solving skills to all projects. He identifies the right people, resources, and creative solutions for each built environment. He also steps up to contribute to the firm's STEM and STEAM outreach programs, and through workshops, presentations, and activities, Andrew shares the field of architecture with Corridors Youth. He maintains a fresh approach while engaging with students, including with his design class at Iowa State University. Andrew continues to contribute and educate through his role as Vice President on the Iowa Valley Habitat for Humanity Board. He has assisted with the design of multiple projects and hopes to realize a multi-family housing model by the time he's 50. Outside of work, Andrew enjoys spending time with his wife, Jenny, and their children, Sullivan and Reed. Please help me congratulate Andrew Ballard.
Thank you.
Okay, Cassidy Bell Shintaler. Cassidy Bell Shintaler is described by her nominators as a passionate and innovative leader with a desire to help others, especially through fair trade retail practices. Her desire to help did not go unnoticed by the 10,000 Villages as they hired her as executive director of their new retail store in downtown Iowa City. She helped launch the store from the ground up and made sure volunteers were educated on fair trade topics. When construction near the Ped Mall eliminated foot traffic, Cassidy implemented online promotions and off-site events to keep business flowing. This approach proved useful again when the pandemic struck. Cassidy promoted delivery and curbside pickup options for both 10,000 Villages and the farmers market. There is no doubt that Cassidy's innovative leadership skills will be a great asset in her new role as store manager at Textiles. She celebrates her achievement with her husband, Curtis. Please help me congratulate Cassidy Bell Shintaler.
Please shop local.
Sarah Brown believes her biggest break was getting into human resources. When you consider her desire to serve others and go above and beyond, it's no surprise that she succeeds in her field. In her current role as talent acquisition and development supervisor for Kirkwood Community College, Sarah's responsible for all onboarding at the college. She's transformed their hiring practices, including the usage of a new applicant tracking system, which reduced hiring time considerably. She also ensures all hiring managers and committee members receive equity training. Sarah cares about the community and invests time in building strong relationships. She helps conduct mock interviews with high school students through the Workplace Learning Connection and strengthening their professional skills. Outside of work, Sarah is a dedicated wife and mother to 3 children. Please help me congratulate Sarah Brown.
Thank you.
Cara Berg. Cara Berg entered the healthcare field with a background in finance. While this could be daunting for some, she welcomes each new challenge. Considering the events of this year, it's safe to assume that Cara had no shortage of challenges as the Director of Quality, Patient Safety, and Risk Management for Mercy Medical Center. When the pandemic struck, she did not hesitate to add to her workload by taking over upper-level responsibilities. This allowed her colleagues to focus their efforts on leading the local response to COVID-19. This comes as no surprise to those who work with Cara. She regularly assists outside her area of responsibility and is constantly seeking ways to make processes more efficient. Cara is a highly organized individual, which is crucial in her role. Cara is celebrating tonight with her husband, Dan, and their 2 daughters, Isabella and Brenna. Please help me congratulate Cara Berg.
Thank you. Aspire to inspire.
Aaron Byers Langdon's first interaction with the Eastern Iowa Health Center was as president for Grants for Good. She reached out to the organization while they were in the middle of a transformation, and within 2 years, helped them obtain funds to renovate their clinic and open new facilities. This eventually led to Aaron joining the Eastern Iowa Health Center as its Chief Development Officer, where she's the youngest C-suite employee by a decade. In the duration of both roles, she's helped increase their budget by $10 million and expand the organization to 5 different sites. By the time Aaron is 50, she hopes to be the CEO of a nonprofit working to improve the lives of those served. Aaron enjoys traveling with her husband, Britton, and spending time with their 2 children, Thomas and Matilda. Please help me congratulate Aaron Byers Langdon.
I was going to say 3 words, but I work at Eastern Iowa Diaper Bank, which is YPN and EIHC's collaborative program. So I want to say thank you to the Corridor Business Journal and to Joe Locke at EIHC for nominating me. Thank you to Tisha, Alejandro, and everyone at YPN that I get to work with every day and to help end diaper need in this community. I'm from CR. I'm so glad to be back and have an opportunity to work in this great corridor and continue to improve the lives of everyone we get to live and work with every day. Thank you so much.
All right. Jeremy Core. Jeremy is the founder and CEO of Executive Podcast Solutions, a firm that has brought national attention to the corridor. While his team works with nationally recognized innovators and leaders in a variety of industries, he especially shines on the topic of healthcare. He co-hosts 2 of his own podcasts with Dr. Robert Pearl, and they aim to provide up-to-date science-based medical information on the pandemic. They receive no compensation and have politely declined many offers of sponsorship. He regularly offers his podcasting expertise to charities in the community and serves on the board of TEDx Davenport, an annual free-thinking conference. He has helped gather an impressive group of speakers for the 2021 event. Jeremy hopes to look back someday and say that he was a part of something that made real change for good in the world. Please help me congratulate Jeremy Core.
Thank you for everything, Mom and Dad. Tara Dewolfe joined Reigning Rose 7 years ago as a large account manager. In this role, she was dedicated, attentive, and motivated in making sure client needs were always met. Her success led to the creation of a new role, Continuous Improvement Manager, which has proven to be a perfect fit. Reigning Rose has been trying to find someone to meet these needs, and in a short time, Tara has accomplished more in this role than her predecessors. Through her ability to lead and get results, Tara's proven to be a great asset to Reigning Rose. Her values carry over into her community involvement with Junior League Cedar Rapids, March of Dimes Eastern Iowa, and more. Outside of work, Tara enjoys spending her time with her husband, Brandon, and baking cakes with their daughter, Annabelle. Please help me congratulate Tara Dewolfe.
Embrace your journey.
Ann Dylan Youngman. Ann Dylan Youngman is always looking for ways to make an impact, big or small. In 2018, she organized the Snippets of Hope Hair Committee for a donation event through the Pantene Beautiful Lengths program. Ann took it upon herself to coordinate every aspect of the event, including grant applications, speakers, and music. Her efforts resulted in the snipping of 244 ponytails that were turned into free wigs for cancer patients. Ann is also a skilled in graphic design. She shares her talent creating content, graphics, and website layouts for the United Presbyterian Church. Ann recently took a new opportunity as marketing manager at CRST International and will no doubt continue to achieve success in this role. In her free time, Ann enjoys remodeling her fixer-upper with husband Jordan and spending time with their daughter, Jaden. Please help me congratulate Ann Dylan Youngman.
Thank you.
Jennifer Dunn is dedicated in all aspects of her life as an insurance agent, board member, referee, and mother. She works hard to make sure her clients are not just being sold insurance, but instead sets out to learn about their current and future needs and find solutions that work well for them. Her considered approach extends to her involvement on the Lynn County Fair Board, where she's served since 2006. She works diligently every year to develop, plan, and execute fair events, including taking it virtual this year. Jennifer was the first female soccer official in the state of Iowa to serve as center referee for all state championships for 1A, 2A, and 3A boys and girls tournaments. She's also been recognized as a top official within the state. At home, Jennifer enjoys spending time with her husband, Sean, and their two daughters, McKenna and Hadley. Please help me congratulate Jennifer Dunn.
Citizenship, leadership, and determination.
Travis Eichelberger. Travis Eichelberger is passionate about solar and renewable energy and even labels himself as obsessed. He recognizes the importance of cleaning up our world and providing something sustainable to leave behind. He joined Moxie Solar in 2017 as the operations manager. His ability to organize, hire, train, and manage the installation crew directly resulted in the company quadrupling their installations over 2016. In just 1 year, his impact was evident in nearly every aspect of the company. From there, he became the vice president of sales while still filling the role of director of operations. In these combined roles, he helped the company expand into 14 states and counting. His hard work not only has proved to himself to be an asset, but allowed him to become Moxie Solar's first president in 2019. Travis celebrates his success tonight with his wife, Ruby, their son, Mason. Please help me congratulate Travis Eichelberger.
You must obsess.
Caitlyn
Caitlyn Emerick is described by her nominators as a powerhouse in the public health arena. She doesn't hesitate to step into other roles and do what needs to be done. During the pandemic, Caitlyn led Lynn County Public Health's Joint Information Center and served as public information officer and communications lead for the COVID-19 response. Her leadership brought together media representatives, government, and NGOs at a crucial time in our history. While communications don't fall under her usual responsibilities, she recognized the importance and took charge. The Joint Information Center has been an influential resource during both the 2008 and 2016 floods, but the pandemic presented new challenges because members could not meet face-to-face. Caitlyn adapted to the circumstance to prepare talking points and organize phone briefings, maintaining a calm and organized approach. At home, Caitlyn enjoys spending time with her husband, Brandon, and their two children, Jack and Paige. Please help me congratulate Caitlyn Emerick.
Grateful, inspired, and empowered.
Joshua Entler. Josh Entler is a reliable leader with excellent problem-solving skills. He joined Southgate Companies in 2015 as a civil design engineer and was promoted within 2 years. He has worked hard to lead his team through this challenging year, implementing safe routines and maintaining a positive attitude. His attention to detail earned him a promotion as he took over the property management team in addition to his original role. Today, as Director of Construction and Development, Maintenance, and Property Management, Josh coaches his team to improve the process for both them and their residents. He stays involved in the community as a member of the Ely Planning and Zoning Commission and participates in the Iowa Freemasons in Cedar Rapids. After the derecho hit in August, Josh took personal time off to help clear debris within his community. Josh enjoys spending time with his wife, Ashley, and their two children, Mason and Clayton. Please help me congratulate Josh Entler.
Thank you, Southgate. Kate Giannini brings a wealth of knowledge to every project and cares deeply about building a stable and sustainable environment. As communications specialist at the University of Iowa's Institute of Hydraulic Research in Hydroscience and Engineering, Kate has leveraged her vast network of contacts to make projects possible. Kate has the ability to discuss complex environmental topics with diverse populations and contributes to projects by personally doing the research and providing community engagement ideas. For the Poor Farm Partnership, Kate secured nearly a dozen letters of endorsement from farmers and other stakeholders in Johnson County. Her passion for the environment and her community is evident, and as she's also the co-owner of over 1,500 acres of upland bird hunting grounds and a sporting clay course. She helps maintain that land and regularly holds charity events. Kate enjoys spending time outdoors with her husband Ryan and their two sons. Please help me congratulate Kate Giannini.
Thank you. Thank you. Now get out there. Do something good.
Brian Glick. Brian Glick is a highly capable director and collaborator in the corridor. After college, he studied in New York with hopes of bringing that high-class caliber of work back to his community. Since then, he has founded Revival Theater, a nonprofit arts organization. As the artistic director, he has directed a large number of premieres. He has also worked with many theater partners to produce and direct fundraisers for various causes. Brian serves as an adjudicator for the Iowa High School Musical Theater Awards and became the lead holiday designer for the City of Cedar Rapids in 2019. In collaboration with the Economic Alliance, he completely redesigned the way the city decorations are sourced, organized, and installed. He plans to make the 2020 decorations even more uplifting in light of the difficult year. Outside of directing, Brian enjoys completing home projects and interior design. Please help me congratulate Brian Glick.
Thank you, friends and colleagues. Lindsay Handy has found great success working in financial services with New York Life, but she attributes her path to two immense losses, those of her parents. They both passed away while she was young, and her experience with those losses and her lack of financial preparation is where her passion for helping others to be financially secure comes from. Her desire to help is just as present in her community involvement. She served through the Impact CR Board, U conferences, and as executive planning volunteer coordinator at her office. In 2019, she helped build more than 42 beds for Sleep in Heavenly Peace and donated over 100 toys while coordinating the annual Young Parents Network Holiday Shopping Night. This event allows participants to shop for gifts for their children during the holidays, an expense that can be financially burdensome for many families. Lindsay is celebrating tonight with her husband, Chris, and their daughter, Addie. Please help me congratulate Lindsay Handy.
Well, I just wanted to only say thank you, but I wouldn't be here tonight without YPN, Tisha, and AP. So I think I'll just say, get active in your community, find your purpose, and hi, Addie baby at home, I love you. Thank you.
Rose Hedges. As the nurse researcher and innovation coordinator at Unity Point Health, Rose Hedges is a true leader in healthcare innovation. Rose is the founder of the Generate Lab at St. Luke's, a world-class space where staff can create, fabricate, and implement healthcare devices. This allows workers to take ownership while solving real-world problems. She also helped implement the therapeutic virtual reality technology for pain and anxiety management. The biggest challenge with these devices were maintaining compliance with the infectious diseases standards. Rose assisted the team in fabricating and manufacturing silicone face mask inserts for the VR headset units, allowing for easy cleaning that did not damage the equipment. Rose is very involved on a number of committees and within the community, including Iowa Big Mentor, Saving More Lives Community CPR Team, and more. Outside of work, Rose enjoys spending time with her husband, John, and their two daughters, Haley and Hayden. Please help me congratulate Rose Hedges.
Dream big.
Sarah Henderson cares very deeply about people of all backgrounds and uses her resources as the Director of Lifelong Learning at the National Czech and Slovak Museum to raise awareness. She's natural at building connections and loves to do so within the community. For example, she orchestrated a Berlin Wall public art installation at the museum, recruiting union carpenters to mentor students on the project and demonstrate the trade of carpentry. Sarah is an advocate for those with disabilities and has set out to create an accessible and inclusive environment. She's designated specialized tours for these individuals and offers specialized internships and job experiences. Her efforts have proven valuable as they've led to full-time employment for participants on more than one occasion. In her free time, Sarah enjoys cooking Italian food for her friends and trying new cocktails at Rodina. Please help me congratulate Sarah Henderson.
Education is everything.
Kelly Kennen Lane. Kelly Kennen Lane found a way to combine her education background with her personal mission to minimize her impact on the environment when she became the Director of Education at Indian Creek Nature Center. In her role, Kelly has expanded the center's programs by over 125%. She also revised all curriculum to ensure it aligns with state and national guidelines and has introduced qualitative assessments to measure student success. She is often required to shift focus between many projects at once, and she does so with a positive attitude. Kelly serves as Vice President of the Governing Board for New Pioneer Food Co-op. Her passion for sustainability is reflected at home, and her family upcycles, thrifts, and recycles, making sure to be thoughtful in all consumption. Kelly is celebrating her success with her husband, John, and their son, Judd. Please help me congratulate Kelly Kennen Lane.
Live lightly on the earth.
In her role as Director of Development at the University of Iowa Center for Advancement, Madeline Krall has proven to be an ambitious and dedicated professional. Within the Health Sciences Department, she's a top performer, peer leader, and mentor to her colleagues. She leads fundraising initiatives and maintains strong relationships with internal and external partners, including her former employer, Little Drugstore Products. She also serves as a recruitment ambassador for the center and volunteers her time to meet with job candidates and share her insights on the University of Iowa and the corridor as a whole. Madeline gives back to the community through volunteer efforts with Junior Achievement, Pathways Adult Health Center, and United Way. She enjoys spending time with her husband Jared and their two daughters, Liliana and Amelia. Family is excitedly expecting a third child next year. Please help me congratulate Madeline Krall.
Congratulations all. Vote.
Matt Krieger. Matt Krieger joined Newman Munson Architects in 2005, shortly after the firm completed their first leadership in energy and environmental design project. Matt helped channel the firm's dedication and started the Green Team to educate the team on tools, products, and technologies to increase their impact. He also co-authored the company's Sustainability Action Plan, which drives progress. As an architect and shareholder with the firm, Matt leads with encouragement both inside and outside of the office walls. He is a member of the American Institute of Architects and the United States Green Building Council, both of which impact change. He shares his love for sustainable architecture by teaching and mentoring students of all ages, and he aims to shape future generations of architects and engineers. Outside of work, Matt enjoys the outdoors with his wife, Sarah, and their children, Ethan and Bella. Please help me congratulate Matt Krieger.
Lead by serving others. Thanks.
Eric Langston is an attorney at Simmons, Perrine, Moyer Bergman. And off script, he was a classmate of mine at Franklin Middle School in Cedar Rapids. Go Bolts. Eric joined the firm in 2019 after moving back to Cedar Rapids from the Chicago area. He's quickly made a name for himself, helping clients navigate the complexities of real estate transactions, the bankruptcy process, and restructuring alternatives. Eric has also been quick to re-engage with the community. He has a long list of pro bono work and recently collaborated with Iowa Legal Aid and County Supervisor Stacy Walker to organize the Lynn County Expungement and Employment Barriers Resources Clinic. The record-setting clinic has allowed nearly 150 individuals with criminal records to put their past behind them. Outside of his industry, Eric enjoys serving on the Riverview Center and Orchestra Iowa boards of directors. He assists with United Way's Volunteer Income Tax Assistant Program and spends time with his partner, Chris Newton. Please help me congratulate Eric Langston.
So I want to start by doing a shameless plug for YPN. Daybreak Rotary is doing the diaper drive for that. Yes, excellent. So go to your nearest Hy-Vee. The weekend is coming up. You know, you're grocery shopping. Buy those diapers at the front of the store. There's going to be a collection bin. Put the diapers in the bin. I'm doing the 15th Avenue Hy-Vee. There weren't any diapers there, sad face. So fill that bin up and make me do some work. Make it so that my little Nissan Leaf has a hard time carrying all the diapers. So thank you everyone to, let's see, almost done. All right, thank you Simmons Bryan for all of your support. Lynn Hartman, Eric Lamb, Brian Fagan, Nick Abuasli, Matt Hectone for your leadership and guidance. I really do appreciate it. Thank you to everyone in the community for allowing me to come back and give back and be involved with everything. I really do appreciate it. Thank you all.
Lindsay Mcgowan. A Chicagoland native, Lindsay Mcgowan came to the corridor in 1999 to attend the University of Iowa. She majored in psychology and business entrepreneurship. She also met her husband, Brian. After giving birth to their 3 sons, Lindsay decided it was time for a career change. She wanted to turn her passion for photography into something that would provide for her family. And Lindsay Mcgowan Photography was born. This year marks 10 years in business, 3 years as the Iowa City Press Citizen's Best of the Area Best Photographer, and 2 years as the Locals Love Us Best Photographer. Lindsay uses her platform to promote other small businesses. She photographs and shares her experiences with Noonday Jewelry, Becky's Mindful Kitchen, and The Good Earth. She also collects donations for the University of Iowa Children's Hospital, NICU, and supports No Foot Too Small. Please help me congratulate Lindsay Mcgowan.
For every human connection I capture in this award, I'm honored.
Stacy Mead is Financial Management Director of Lynn County Community Services. She brings professional expertise and an understanding of the challenges facing vulnerable populations. Stacy provides exceptional service to Lynn County residents, advocates for policy change, and is a go-to resource for the Board of Supervisors. Arguably, her most notable contribution has been her work on Lynn County's Mental Health Access Center. The center would not be opening this year if it weren't for Stacy's fierce advocacy and financial projections. She's also been collaborating with Johnson County on the creation of its own Mental Health Access Center. In addition to mental health, Stacy is passionate about programs that rebuild and repair communities. This can be seen in her work on the Safe, Equitable, and Thriving Task Force Grant Review Committee, where she helped implement a community violence intervention program. Please help me congratulate Stacy Mead.
Thank you, Corridor. Keep doing important work.
Jamie Myers. 37-year-old Jamie Myers is a business manager of Strategic Financial Solutions. Since joining the company in 2016, she's enhanced the corporate culture with her enthusiasm and caring personality. She initiated volunteer time off, was instrumental in SFS recognition as one of the CBJ's coolest places to work, and personally recruited and coached many employees. When she's not on the clock, Jamie is a proud wife, mother of 2, and dog mom. Her kids, Payne and Harper, inspire her to set a good example in the community. Jamie assisted in the development of the Pacesetters youth camp, designed to teach youth the importance of giving back and being the change that they want to see. She also serves on the Leadership for 5 Seasons Advisory Board and Professional Women's Network Board. Please help me congratulate Jamie Myers.
All right, so thank you so much to the CBJ for this honor, and congratulations to all the other recipients. To my parents, to my family, my friends and mentors, thank you. To the people I work with at Strategic Financial Solutions, to my wonderful husband and my incredible kids, thank you. I'm a better human for all of you. Now for an idea. Exercise your neck. It sounds funny, but how many times do we get stuck looking out of one side? Our view, what we see, what we believe and why we believe it, and why other people should believe it. If we pivot for just a minute and exercise that neck, you'll find something similar to what you find at a boardroom in a business: perspective. Perspective to not just see the good and the great happening over here, but where there are challenges in our community and where change can happen. You gain the ability to be persuaded to jump on board with a cause that hits your heartstrings. And so I challenge you all to be the change and exercise your neck. Thank you.
Jennifer Miller's job as Support Services Assistant Director at University of Iowa Hospitals and Clinics looks a little different these days. On a normal year, her primary duty is providing oversight and leadership to an 811-bed care academic medical center. In recent months, she's taken on a new and critical role in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. Serving as Logistics Section Chief for the hospital's Incident Command System, Jennifer is responsible for emergency preparedness and response for the hospital's service branch, infrastructure branch, and staging management. She led multiple planning efforts, including the execution of a new long-term screening program, and rolled out the We Stand for Safety program aimed to enhance UIHC's COVID-19 safety practices. The program is one of UIHC's fiscal 2020 key initiatives for overall institutional success. Jennifer lives in North Liberty with her husband Jason and 4 children. Please help me congratulate Jennifer Miller.
Thanks so much.
Mallory Moewinkel. At just 35 years old, Mallory Moewinkel has inspired many through her leadership and creativity. As True North's company's Director of Creative Services, Mallory provides the vision for a nationally recognized brand. She leads internal and external client engagements, guiding all creative projects while driving operations within the team. In 2011, her work was recognized with both gold and silver Addy Awards from the American Advertising Federation. As a 2017 graduate of the Leadership for 5 Seasons, Mallory's creative fingerprints can also be seen on local boards, nonprofits, and committees. These include Impact CR, Tanager Place, and Gems of Hope. Mallory helped design the Gems of Hope golf tournament logo and facilitated the marketing segment of the nonprofit strategic planning session to its board of directors. Outside of the office, Mallory enjoys spending time outdoors with her husband, Nick, 2 daughters, and a dog. Please help me congratulate Mallory Moewinkel.
It's an honor to be recognized with such a talented group. Special thanks to the CBJ, to my supportive True North colleagues and friends, especially Kirsten Eddins, Quinn Pettifer, and Beth Hamill, who nominated me this evening. And especially, most of all, my dear family who continues to encourage me every day. Thank you.
Melissa Payne has worked her way up in Midwest One Bank from a service associate to second vice president of Service Center and Virtual Banking. It's rare that such a young employee stays with the same company for 16 years, and the staff at Midwest One will tell you they're lucky to have her. She's known for finding creative solutions to new challenges. For example, during the pandemic, Melissa was the first manager to mobilize her team to work remotely. The transition went so well that she's now piloting the bank's first permanent work from home program. Her ability to make a difference doesn't stop at the office. She supports programs that empower local youth. Melissa's board chair of Girls on the Run of Eastern Iowa, an Alexander Elementary mentor, and past junior achievement classroom instructor. Melissa and her husband Mick live in Iowa City. Please help me congratulate Melissa Payne.
Super, super girl power.
Jaren Rosine is a Washington native with a family history of community service. It should come as no surprise he was following in their footsteps. Jaron ran for Washington City Council in 2013 and served a 4-year term before running for mayor. He was overwhelmingly elected. As mayor, Jaron enthusiastically attends local events and is always open to hearing the concerns of the community. He has been highly involved in initiatives from code enforcement to construction projects, and his constituents look forward to what he'll accomplish in the years to come. In addition to his work for the city, Jaron is the proud owner of JP's 207, a casual lunch spot by day and music venue by night, and an active member of the Washington Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors. Please help me congratulate Jaron Rosine.
Congratulations, all. Thanks. Jorge Salinas is an assistant professor of internal medicine at the UI Carver College of Medicine and the top epidemiologist at University of Iowa Hospitals and Clinics. Prior to his role at UIHC, he worked for the CDC's Epidemic Intelligence Service, where he battled outbreaks of tuberculosis, Zika, and yellow fever. This made him uniquely qualified to help UI Healthcare navigate the COVID-19 pandemic. Over the past year, he's been the lead architect of COVID-19 epidemiology recommendations and worked tirelessly to help our healthcare system establish safety standards. He also served as a subject matter expert for Johnson County and the state of Iowa. Furthermore, he's been a vital resource for at-risk communities that have been disproportionately impacted by the coronavirus. Fluent in Spanish, he's hosted a number of Spanish language open forums tailored to the corridor's Latinx population. Please help me congratulate Dr. Jorge Salinas.
Wear a mask.
Okay. Jenna Shonifer. Since moving to the corridor less than 3 years ago, Jenna Shonifer has firmly planted her roots in the community. After spending 2.5 years as Director of Communications and Events at 4 Oaks, Jenna recently stepped into a new role as Marketing Specialist at Foundation 2. Her marketing prowess has furthered the organization's communication efforts and branding of mental health services during a critical time, and her design skills have given the nonprofit a clear vision for the future. Even with the professional plate full, Jenna makes time to give back. She spends hundreds of hours each year as a big brother, big sister's mentor, sews costumes for Theater Cedar Rapids, and provides meals for youth in foster care through the Junior League of Cedar Rapids. Jenna lives in Marion with her husband, Shane. Please help me congratulate Jenna Shonifer.
Prioritize mental health.
Born and raised in Cedar Rapids, Jennifer Skogman attended the University of Iowa to pursue a degree in marketing. She joined Skogman Homes fresh out of college as a project manager and has worked her way up to become company president. At just 39 years old, she's the first female president of any company or business unit within Skogman Company's more than 70-year history. In an industry where only 10% of the total workforce is female, Jennifer is also a leader nationally. She's active on the National Association of Home Builders and stays on the leading edge of trends to ensure the neighborhoods she builds are competitive with other cities across the U.S. In her free time, Jennifer enjoys playing tennis, spending time with her wife, Kirby, and daughter, Kate. Please help me congratulate Jennifer Skogman.
Hannah Spina Brewer. Hannah Spina Brewer is passionate about the arts. This can be seen in her work at Theater Cedar Rapids and the organizations she chooses to support in her spare time. As Development Director at Theater Cedar Rapids, Hannah is responsible for overseeing all fundraising efforts. This includes curating and fostering relationships with corporate donors, applying for grants and foundational support, and managing fundraising campaigns. In her first full season, Hannah set a record in individual annual fund giving. This is a testament to her natural ability to form genuine, lasting relationships. One such relationship Hannah has fostered is with the historic Bruce Moore estate. She has volunteered at Bruce Moore for the past 12 years, assisting with everything from museum tours to playing Cinderella in the outdoor children's theater. Hannah lives in Cedar Rapids with her husband, Aaron. Please help me congratulate Hannah Spina Brewer.
Thanks so much. Support the arts.
34-year-old Christine Topping is Chief Administrative Officer at Covenant Family Solutions. Christine is responsible for overseeing all the practice's administrative responsibilities and human resources, in addition to her work to promote mental and emotional health. Christine has quickly become one of the most sought-after therapists due to her ability to connect with patients. She goes above and beyond to provide the best care and seeks additional training and certifications. She's also become an important mentor to up-and-coming mental health providers. Christine's colleagues were further reminded of her compassion when the derecho hit Cedar Rapids on August 10th. While her coworkers were focused on damage to the practice, she noticed the roof was torn off a nearby child care center. They quickly led the staff across the street to help evacuate and calm the children. Christine lives in Marion with her husband, DJ, and 2 children. Please help me congratulate Christine Topping.
Normalize mental health.
Rachel Treviso. Rachel Treviso began working at MetaRev when she was in graduate school. After graduation, she moved to Pittsburgh for a few years before returning to Iowa and joining MetaRev full-time in November of 2014. Today, Rachel oversees the company's client services and operations team as Vice President of Revenue Cycle Sales. She is responsible for nearly 350 team members and over $33 million in annual revenue. Rachel always puts clients and patients at the forefront, and her background in healthcare helps her find unique solutions that benefit all parties. Rachel is also giving of herself outside of MetaRev. She serves on the Junior Achievement of Eastern Iowa and Iowa City chapter of the American Heart Association's Go Red for Women campaign boards. Rachel lives in North Liberty with her husband and 2 wild and wonderful boys. Please help me congratulate Rachel Treviso.
For my dad, congrats to all recipients.
Trent Van Ozzen grew up on a farm in Williamsburg. This instilled in him the work ethic of a farm kid, a quality that has served him well throughout his career. As Chief Investment Strategist at United Iowa Financial, Trent leads the strategy for $900 million currently under management and was instrumental in tripling assets under management at the firm's Cedar Rapids location. All the while, Trent has earned 4 prestigious industry designations and was recently accepted into Johns Hopkins University's Master's in Finance program. Outside the office, Trent puts his expertise to use for local nonprofits. He's treasurer for the Eastern Iowa Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation and past treasurer of the Cedar Rapids JCs. However, Trent might have to slow down for a few weeks. Last week, he and his wife Haley added a baby boy to their growing family. Please help me congratulate Trent Van Ozzen.
Never give up.
Melissa White. Melissa White is lucky to be alive. At 20 years old, she was in a bad car accident and was told that she may not be able to walk again. Fast forward 19 years, and she is literally and figuratively climbing mountains. As founder and CEO of Balance Fitness and Health, Melissa puts her personal experience to use, giving clients hope when they thought there was none. Her holistic approach and never give up attitude improves patients' lives physically, mentally, and spiritually. For example, when a patient was unable to get a ride to the clinic for therapy after surgery, Melissa traveled to their house. Melissa serves the community with that same enthusiasm. She sits on the Hiawatha Economic Development Corporation and Mission of Hope Board of Directors. Melissa does all this while balancing being a loving wife and mother of two. Please help me congratulate Melissa White.
Inspiring better health.
Tiffany Williamson wants to accomplish as much as possible by the time she's 50. She's certainly off to a good start. As Associate Director of Advanced Engineering for Military Avionics at Collins Aerospace, Tiffany oversees a department of 70 engineers focused on leading-edge technology. This business represents tens of millions of annual investment dollars and supports the military avionics business annual sales of nearly $1 billion. Tiffany's colleagues look up to her for her commitment to lifelong learning, leadership, and technical expertise. These qualities have also earned her a bevy of awards, including Rockwell Collins Engineer of the Year finalist, Iowa Women of Innovation Rising Star finalist, Rockwell Collins Chairman's Team Award finalist, and most recently, she was named Emerging Technology Leader of the Year by the Technology Association of Iowa. Please help me congratulate Tiffany Williamson. Tiffany could not be here tonight to accept the award, so somehow I was asked that I read it for her. So here we go. Thank your mentors and pay it forward.
Caleb Wilson. 33-year-old Caleb Wilson is Chief Financial Officer of Southgate Companies. Caleb joined Southgate Companies in 2016, tasked with financial reporting, operations, and overseeing the accounting department. In 2019, Caleb's leadership abilities were put to the test when the business was acquired by Hillcrest Holdings. Caleb played a key role in the transfer of ownership, ensuring the process was seamless and successful. Caleb was also instrumental in the creation of Harvest City, an Acts 29 church. He served on the lead team, helping make day-to-day decisions about how to move forward. 5 years later, Caleb continues to volunteer with the church. He lends his time and expertise on the budget team, ensuring Harvest City is financially sound. Above all else, Caleb is a loving husband and proud father of 3 boys. Please help me congratulate Caleb Wilson.
All glory goes to God. I am weak, he is strong.
All right, we've made it to the end. Last but not least, Tyson Worth makes a difference in the lives of underprivileged youth. As mentoring specialist and content strategist at Big Brothers, Big Sisters of Johnson County, Tyson has spent the past 4 years facilitating after-school clubs for middle school students. He created and grew the program from 1 school to 2, and today both programs are reaching their capacity limits. In addition to managing the clubs, Tyson's responsible for recruiting and managing mentors. He's improved access to educational resources for parents and volunteers, creating content that's both helpful and humorous. Tyson also spends his personal time helping those in need. For example, when a high school student told Tyson about his struggles with depression, Tyson took it upon himself to do fun activities with the youth and help build his self-esteem. Please help me congratulate Tyson Worth.
Vote, pray, hope. Thank you.
right, if we could get all of this year's honorees to please stand so we can give them one last big round of applause. So let's get all of this year's honorees to please stand. Let's give them a really hearty round of applause. You can read more about this year's 40 Under 40 in next week's issue of the Corridor Business Journal. Thank you once again to our sponsors, the University of Iowa Tippy College of Business, U.S. Bank, and Cedar Ridge Winery and Distillery. Before we adjourn in just a second, I did want to mention a couple upcoming CBJ events. On November 3rd, we will host our annual Women of Influence Awards. Originally scheduled for this spring, the Women of Influence Awards recognize 10 women who have made a difference in the corridor as role models and leaders in their fields and community. New this year, we will also recognize one emerging woman of influence. You can see a complete list of honorees on the screen. And similar to this evening, in-person attendance is limited to the honorees. However, we will be streaming the event live as a Zoom webinar. You can find out more and sign up for the free webinar on our website at corridorbusiness.com/events. And then a couple other events that you might want to mark on your calendar. Our annual cybersecurity event comes up on December 8th. And what is traditionally our largest event of the year is our economic forecast luncheon coming up on January 20th. So you might want to mark your calendars. And again, you can find more information on our website at corridorbusiness.com. And finally, if you haven't checked out our podcasts, we have several up and running, including Real Success with Nate Kading, a former NFL player and the past 40 Under 40 honoree. And we also have Diversity Straight Up, hosted by Sarah Kabadka and Anthony Arrington. Diversity Straight Up digs into the topics of equity, diversity, inclusion, and engagement through authentic and challenging conversations with C-suite leaders. You can tune in on any of your favorite audio apps or visit our website. All right, folks, feel free to stay and congratulate our 2020 40 Under 40 honorees. I want to thank all of you in person who are here. I want to thank everybody out in the virtual world for attending, and keep reading the weekly Corridor Business Journal. We are adjourned. Thank you very much.